Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Now, in today's video, we're talking all things CeraVe. Well, more specifically, the moisturizers from the fantastic skincare line that is CeraVe. For those of you that are new to the channel, you might have missed the review I did on CeraVe cleansers, so I'll leave a link up there. Check that out if you're looking for a really good cleanser and matching it to your skin type. Today, we're just talking about moisturizers. As a brand, they have loads of different moisturizers, and it can be quite difficult to work out which one is right for you and your skin type, especially because I feel their website isn't always the most intuitive and easy to sort of navigate. So hopefully this will be a really good tutorial on how to pick the right CeraVe moisturizer for your skin type and what you're trying to deliver in terms of improvements in your skin. This has to be one of the most requested or one of the most queried things on this channel, where people saying they want to buy from CeraVe. The line has a fantastic price point, and B is really well trusted by dermatologists, beauty editors, and just the reviews online are fantastic. So you want to incorporate the products from CeraVe into your skincare routine, but you just don't know which ones to pick. So hopefully this will demystify it and make it that little bit easier to choose the right product for you. As I said, we're only talking about moisturizers, and I'm going to break it down by skin type. So obviously work out what your skin type is and you'll be able to match it to the correct moisturizer. Straight off the bat, I'm going to say that CeraVe is I'd say a drugstore priced brand. They're a little bit more expensive than say something like the Enquiries or the Ordinary, which are super affordable. And they do tend to be slightly more expensive here in the UK than they are in the US. So the price does vary dependent on where you live. So I'm not going to be mentioning the prices here in this video. Obviously, I'd encourage you to do your research on the prices, but they're all under the $20 price point. The reason I'm not including it in the video is because they vary so wildly between country to country. I just don't think it'd be a very fair representation. So obviously look at the prices before you make the purchase in your own country. Just as a side, Look Fantastic, which is a website here in the UK and over in the US, have 15% off CeraVe at the moment. This is unsponsored. I have no affiliation with Look Fantastic whatsoever, but as I was doing the research for this video, I did come across that code, so I thought fantastic, might as well let you guys know. So if you do want to purchase anything, Look Fantastic would be a fantastic option, because you can get that 15% off. Right, enough waffle, let's get straight into it. CeraVe pride themselves on having 3 key ceramides in all of their products. Ceramides are amazing for supporting the skin barrier function, making sure the skin remains hydrated, and just gives it the shield to protect us from the environmental aggressors and keep our skin healthy for longer. I love ceramides, like peptides and lipids. They're just fantastic things to have in your skincare routine. So from that perspective, I love CeraVe, and I do think they're a fantastic brand. Really, really well known for their moisturizers as well, and justifiably so. We'll come on to the individual products later, but really good product range. Like I say, drugstore pricing. They're not cruelty free, so that is something to think about before you make a purchase from the brand, if that is something which is important to you in your buying decision. They're not a cruelty-free brand. They don't use colorant or fragrance in their skincare line, which is fantastic. So people for sensitive skin can really benefit from this skincare line, because not only are all of their products thoroughly tested and dermatologically approved, they also do away with some of the common ingredients which can be quite triggering for people with sensitive skin. So all in all, I think a good brand. Right, I'm going to start with, I think the products which are designed for all skin types. So just those common moisturizers which can apply for everybody. These are really to be used on the body and not the face. I think the body can take different levels of moisturization and different products to the face. The face is much more sensitive to breaking out, to reactions, than the skin on our body. So I would stick to using these on the body, but are applicable to everybody. The first one is the SA Smoothing Cream and Lotion. So in this, you've got a choice between a lotion and a cream. I love that. Obviously the cream is thicker and more occlusive. The lotion goes on easily and is much more easily absorbed. So I prefer the lotion personally because I don't have super dry skin. But if you do have very dry skin, I would err on the cream. I would go for the cream, which I think you'll just find a little bit more hydrating and a little bit more protective of the skin. This is a gorgeous product. We are starting on a fantastic high because this is a gorgeous, gorgeous product. So in this product, you have ceramides. That's in all of the CeraVe products. You've got urea, which is a fantastic moisturising ingredient and is not used enough in moisturisers. Urea is fantastic for just keeping the skin supple and hydrated. I love that. It's got lactic acid, salicylic acid and hyaluronic acid in there. This is like a powerhouse of moisturiser come exfoliator. It's fantastic if you get KP. KP is that sort of crepey, bobbly, sometimes itchy skin that you get on the back of the arms and on the thighs. You can get it other places, but they're the two common places you might get it. This is a fantastic treatment option if that is something that you're concerned with and you want to know how to treat it or lessen the appearance of it. This is amazing. I love the idea of this product because you can layer it on and it gives a very gentle and light exfoliation at the same time it's been super hydrating. So you're getting the dual benefit. This is my go-to body moisturiser. I use this with the Frank Body Coffee Scrub, which is a great Australian brand. I do a coffee scrub about once or twice a week in the shower, and then I layer this on every single day when I get out of the shower, and my skin is smooth, supple and hydrated. It's absolutely fantastic. I do get KP up here on my arms, and honestly I'd say it's about 50 to 60% better and less visible since I started using this product. So this is a gorgeous option for everybody. I think it's applicable for everyone. Yes, some people say salicylic acid can be a little bit drying, but you've got so many hydrators in here that I really don't think it'll matter. I think everybody, except those that maybe with psoriasis and eczema, where that's an impaired barrier function, so can be a little bit different. I think everybody else can benefit from this product. If you want a moisturiser without the active ingredients, you can go for their moisturising cream and moisturising lotion. That's basically the same thing, but without the salicylic and lactic acid. Still got hyaluronic acid in there, super hydrating. This is their, I say, number one, their go-to product. This is probably the one they're most famous for and the one that people rave about online. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous moisturiser. It will keep you hydrated and it will keep the skin supple. I'm not going to get too excited about it because I do think there's other ones out there. The CeraVe do one, E45 do a fantastic one, Diprobase. All of these are sort of medical grade hydrating body lotions and creams. So I don't think this is anything special in particular, whereas the salicylic acid one is amazing, and I would encourage everybody to try that as an exfoliating body moisturiser. Absolutely gorgeous. So they're the two sort of body products which I think are suitable for almost everybody. Now we're going to break it down by skin type. So what happens if you're like me? You are oily, you're acneic, you're breakout prone, you walk out that door and you're a grease slick before the day has even started. Well, in that you need to look for a moisturiser which is non-comedogenic, so it won't clog the pores. You want it to be lightweight because there's nothing worse if you're oily and greasy, having something that's weighing the skin down so you can really feel it on the skin. I hate that. I think a lot of that's psychological, but I just don't like that. You want something that's lightweight. So they've got a couple of options to choose from. You've got the AM and PM facial moisturizing lotions. Obviously you want to go for a lotion. A cream is going to be too thick, it's going to be too heavy, it's going to weigh you down and possibly create more grease in the long run. So a lotion is a great option. They have an AM and a PM lotion. The AM lotion has an SPF in it and niacinamide. Niacinamide is fantastic at balancing the skin, renewing, sort of lightening some of those acne marks that you might have and balancing the sebum level in the skin, so preventing excess oil production. So it's great that it's got niacinamide in. The AM one has a SPF in. The PM one is exactly the same, still has niacinamide in, but without the SPF. For me, I would just buy the PM one and put your own SPF on. I don't think you need two products which essentially are the same product, just one with an SPF and one without. I would just buy the evening one, which is great, lovely lightweight lotion, really hydrating but not clogging and not greasy. Niacinamide's fantastic, and then I put an SPF on top with on the morning. Some people just use an SPF and don't use a moisturiser if they're super oily on the morning, so I think that gives you the flexibility. So I personally would just buy the PM and get a separate SPF, but you do have options here which I really like. That for me is the only moisturiser in this line that I would recommend for people with greasy skin. It won't clog the pores, it will help fade some of those dark spots and acne marks, which is great, and it will keep you hydrated. I have quite acneic skin, oily skin, and it still manages to be dry. I know, it's like the worst of every world, but there's a lot of people out there with oily skin that still suffer with dry skin, so this is a great option if that is you. Now moving on to what I class as normal to combination skin. So that is anybody that does get a little bit oily down the T-zone, but generally doesn't have too many breakouts, isn't too dry, isn't too greasy, just average. It sort of encompasses the 50% of people that are just in the middle, and you have some great options. So I would recommend the ultra in the morning, going for the ultra light moisturizing lotion SPF 30. This is a beautiful product. It's so lightweight, you barely know you're wearing it. Combines an SPF of 30, which is great for the morning. It has hyaluronic acid in there, so it's got humectant. It's going to be super hydrating, and it's just going to do everything you want, but again, doesn't feel too heavy. If your combination, it can be a little bit difficult because you want the hydration, but you don't want the weight or the greasiness of the product. So this is a great option for people with combination skin because it will help to keep the areas matte that you want to keep matte, but hydrate the areas that may be a little bit dry. Beautiful product. In the evening, they have a skin renewing night cream. This is gorgeous. It has peptides added in, so not just the ceramides that you have, it's got the peptides added in. It's a little bit thicker than the morning one. I think if you've got combination or normal skin, you should go for a lightweight morning and a heavier, more occlusive evening, because in the evening you want to be repairing the skin, you want to be treating the skin, and this is a fantastic way of doing it. Peptides will hydrate, they will support the production of collagen to give you that elastic skin that we all crave, and it also will help with the barrier function of the skin, so making sure that the skin is repaired and ready to go the following morning. This is a great product. It shouldn't be used for with people with oily skin because it is just too thick, too occlusive, and I would worry it would cause some breakouts and some clogging, but for everyone else, absolutely fantastic, and I love, love, love that product. Now, if you have dry skin, this is, I think, really when CeraVe comes into its own and where you could really, really benefit from CeraVe as a product line. I think for oily skin and normal skin, there's so many moisturizers out there. I don't think you have to go for CeraVe. You can, and I've given you some great options, but I don't think you have to. I think there's so many other moisturizers, particularly maybe cruelty-free ones out there. There's some ones that might appeal to some of environmental concerns, because there's ones that might be zero waste options. You've got some really good options. I don't think you need to go for CeraVe. However, if you have dry skin, I think really this is the product line for you. I think you can get so many good products from CeraVe and so many great results. So I would recommend, if you have dry skin, using the body products that I mentioned before, so the salicylic smoothing cream or the moisturizing cream and lotion. I said before, don't use those on the face because the face can't take as much as maybe the body can in terms of the weight of the product, how occlusive it is. But if you are super dry, this is where these products comes into their own. The hydrating, the moisturizing cream will be your savior. It is so thick, so rich, and so occlusive and moisturizing. It will sort any dry skin out that you have. If you put it on in the evening, you'll wake up with hydrated, plump, and gorgeous skin. I wouldn't use it on any other skin type but dry, because you do risk that breakout and that clogging. But for dry skin, this could be your savior. If you want to go for something that is a little bit different, they also do a skin renewing gel oil. This is fantastic. This is a facial oil but in a gel. I guess you could use this if you have normal skin, but I'd just be a bit careful because it could be a bit thick and a bit rich. But for people with dry skin, this is sensational. I would definitely recommend you try it out. I love this product. I can't use it on my skin, but I love the texture when I apply it to my hand. It goes on as a gel but dispenses the benefits of an oil, so it's a really innovative piece of technology, and I just love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic, so check that out. But I think the dry skinned amongst us would definitely benefit from looking at CeraVe as a product line, as something that you want to include in your skincare routine. So they're absolutely fantastic. If you are worried about maybe the moisturizing cream being a bit thick and you still worry you might get the odd breakout, use the SA smoothing cream. Same benefits, but with the salicylic acid, which will just prevent those that clogging and the blocked pores from emerging from using it, which is absolutely fantastic. So you've got two options there. Finally, we've got some sensitive skinned amongst us. So those of us, and I don't mean sensitive because all of these products are suitable for sensitive skin because they're unfragranced, there's no colorants in there. I mean people with maybe that have had a flare up, so you've got itchy skin, it's red, it's inflamed, it's flaky, you have actual barrier function, degradation of the barrier function of the skin. They do a whole range of itch relief creams and lotions. I'd be super careful about these. I understand why they're there because people want an over-the-counter option, but for me, I think if you have persistent sensitivity, redness, flaking, peeling, I think that's when you go to speak to a skincare expert, your dermatologist, your esthetician, or your general practitioner doctor. I don't think they've got steroid options within this, a light hydrocortisone option. I just don't think I don't think that's something that you want to treat over the counter. I think it's best to get a proper diagnosis and some proper treatment from a skincare professional that can see you face to face and do that analysis. So whilst they do have options that I want to highlight here, I personally wouldn't recommend them. I think if you fit into that category of super sensitive skin that's actively flaring up, I will personally go see a skincare specialist and get a prescribed treatment for you rather than buying off the counter, because you could risk inflaming it and making it worse. Even with safe products like CeraVe, you could risk making it worse. Now, that's a full rundown of what I think are the best moisturizers for each skin type, and hopefully you found that super useful and you now know which one to incorporate in your skincare routine. However, there are some, as with all brands have their good and their bad, there are some real products to avoid in this. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the products which I would just avoid if you're searching on the website and think, oh, I'm intrigued. Let's just go through the ones to avoid. So first of all, the eye repair cream. This rubbish, gimmicky, awful. It says it'll depuff and help with dark circles under the eyes. Why? I've not seen anything in the ingredients which would deliver that. There's no caffeine, which is a fantastic option for decreasing puffiness and dark circles. No caffeine in here. They say to use botanicals. It's not going to be as effective. It's a waste of money. You might as well just get I did a video on Q+A Skincare where they did a hydrating caffeine rollerball. I'll leave a link to it up there. That's a much better option than this. Just don't bother. The hydrating hyaluronic acid serum. It's expensive, it's overpriced, and it's boring. It just is a hyaluronic serum, but it's no better than, say, the ordinary marine hyaluronics, which is cheaper. I don't think this warrants the price tag, and I would look somewhere else for something cheaper. The Skin Renewing Day Cream, hate this. This has retinol in it. Who uses retinol during the day? A couple of reasons. First of all, it can increase sun sensitivity, so I would always advise using it at night. But also, retinol degrades when it comes into contact with UV light. So you're putting it on, the second you go out, you're not going to be getting the full benefits of it anyway. Why would you do a day cream with an SPF and a retinol? Don't like it, don't see the point of it, and I just really think that's a firm pass. And they do a hand lotion. Waste of money. Your hands are no different to the rest of the body, the rest of the skin on your body. Just use your normal moisturizing lotion, whichever one you choose, and apply it to your hands. Don't waste your money. It is the number one marketing gimmick. That and eye creams are like the two marketing gimmicks that companies do to get you to spend that extra coin for no benefit. No different to the skin or the rest of your body. Just use the rest of your moisturizer on your hands. Apply it a bit more often if you want. Fantastic, guys. I hope you found that really useful. That was a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but hopefully you found that useful. I don't think CeraVe is like the cure-all that some people make it out to be. Some people swear by it and say it's the best product line out there. Can't live without it. It's fantastic. It's not a bad product line, but it's not the holy grail that everybody makes it out to be. They have some great products. I think if you're dry skinned, it really comes into its own, and there's some really great, their moisturizing cream is fantastic for people with dry skin. I think if you have normal skin or oily skin, I do think there are better moisturizers out there, but at least you have, if you want to shop within this line, I've given you some options. I'd love to know what you think. Definitely try out the salicylic body lotion, because that's great. Just giving you that all over body exfoliation and making your skin, especially if you like wanting to get summer ready, if we're ever out of lockdown and we can go on holiday, you want that body to be looking on point, that's a really good way of just evening out the texture and tone of the body. Absolutely fantastic product. Fully recommend it. So guys, what's your go-to? Are you a CeraVe fan? Do you avoid it? Leave me your comments below. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I hope you give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed researching this and trying out the product, so hopefully you found this useful. And wherever you are in the world, I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.